Hi everybody, Mrs. Austen here. Today we're going to read Beauty and the Witch by Sigal Adler. Miss Esmeralda wasn't a joy to behold. She was plainly a witch, if sad truth be told. She lived in the valley where Fairy Lane ends, and felt very different from her beautiful friends. She had a broad smile, with teeth like a horse, and being a witch, a wart too, of course. With her overlong nose, she had a great skill of touching it with her tongue. What a thrill! Oh, yap, there she is. The fairies were lovely, as fair as can be, and so kept their distance and tried not to see. Made fun of her nose and her crooked back, and said that a shower was what she lacked. Oh. And so Esmeralda felt she didn't belong, with them all dressed up and her dressed all wrong. She just didn't care about fashion or clothes, makeup and heels. Who thought about those? When sometimes she glanced at herself in the mirror, she loved what she saw and always drew nearer. She'd never change, she'd just stay as she should, and to her own eyes she looked pretty good. But still, sometimes she didn't feel right. Nobody praised her or cheered at her sight. They mocked her, and worst of all, kept away. But what could she do? Just smile each day. One morning, when wearing her most ugly glasses, she saw a big notice printed for the masses. A full page in the paper announcing the news that a contest was coming to chase off her blues. The contest was perfect, just perfect, for witches, and promised the winner great prizes and riches. The contest would be for the witch beauty queen, the loveliest witch for this Halloween. The next beauty queen. So she got excited. She just stopped to stare. How could she enter, and what would she wear? Inside her closet, the whole thing was bare, except her tattered old dress hanging there. She felt so happy that entire long day, felt like she was floating every which way. After long hours spent trying hard to decide, she decided to do it in a burst of pride. She's happy. So many witches lined up like a snake, and Esmeralda feared it had been a mistake. Some were prettier than she was, by far, with tinier noses and much less bizarre. There they are. But at last the day came, and she took to the stage, in her tattered old dress that was showing its age. When she saw her friends, though, she started to cry. None of them looks quite as ugly as I. She's a bit sad. It was clear that she'd lost. They all looked so grand, with smooth hair and no humps, fairest in the land. With the right make-up, anyone could look merry, and she couldn't quite tell which from fairy. And now the moment of truth was at hand. The spotlight was lit, a drummer from the band. The girls smiled tightly, then silence around, until the announcer's voice did resound. I'm proud to announce the very top prize, the witchiest witch we've seen with our eyes. And she's here this evening, please let me confess, Esmeralda, down there in your patchwork red dress. Balloons and ribbons fell from the sky, as she thanked the crowd with a gleam in her eye. They crowded in close to get their books signed, as the cameras flashed, making her a bit blind. When the witch skipped lightly back home, she saw she wasn't quite alone. Way to go, said the fairies, who waited to smile at the little witch they had hated. They're all happy now. That evening, after her day of delight, she got into her pyjamas, got ready for night. searched for her bear in the house and the park. Without him, she couldn't sleep in the dark. Oh, that's nice. Well, Esmeralda had such fun, and when at last the day was done, she knew she'd never have to hide, because beauty was what was found deep inside. Good night. That was a lovely story about beauty being on the inside. Same for you as well. Bye, everybody.